dialed in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some beer money.
Bucks
And brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
So we are back live on Bucks and Brews.
We are.
Did not play the intro song coming in because I gotta splice it anyways. We're gonna have a fun episode tonight. She's down there doing some work, and we'll introduce her in a few here. What we're gonna do right now is what is the most important part of our show, Nick. What is that?
We're going to talk about what beers we're drinking tonight.
Yes, we are.
Gosh knows I need a beer today.
You have had a rough day.
And then some. One of my fondest moments of real estate. I don't really want to get too much into it.
It'll be a future episode, I'm sure.
I doubt it.
Okay.
But, let's say. One of those where, you can't even Google results and figure out how to answer it, right? So, but, I guess on the good news is, for me, the amount of stuff that I did right, everything should back me pretty well. So that's positive for me.
Which moral of the story?
Yeah,
Do
the right
shit
thing.
right.
Yeah, do the right
Yeah.
thing, right? I mean, that's
Always.
how I started my business, was always do the right thing. Don't put emotion into it. And
Quick shout out to Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy.
hey, Kimmy. Tonight I'll start out. I'm drinking Founder's Dirty Bastard. It's a Scotch ale. Because if it's not Scottish, it's crab. So it's my last one of my value pack that I buy one get one free.
Which is just fiscal, makes great fiscal responsibility here on Bucks and Brews. Buy one, get one free. You have to.
Like, it wasn't like, hey, can you just get 150% off? No, you have to buy one get one free. It's literally what it says. And it's responsible drinking.
Correct. So I got
Yeah.
something new tonight. I'm going to let you finish this off. I
Yeah.
got from Eastern Market Brewing Company. It just sounds delicious. Sticky Fingers Mint Imperial Stout.
It sounds so I like Dirty Girl Stout, right? So
Love Dirty Girl Stout.
yeah, but having Imperial, like I love.
Have you tasted it?
No, I haven't. So
I'm not giving you my opinion until you taste. So for me, very rich Imperial Stout taste.
very, which
The mint is very undertone.
like compared to that
Mm.
Dirty Girl Stout that we were talking about,
Like the mint is there, but it's like the second weight.
right? Which is the other one I think I like better just because it has it tastes like a thin mint just in your mouth as a liquid, right? This is really good because I love Imperials, and so you do have that little extra mint to it, right? I actually say I would buy this and enjoy it.
This was a Horrocks find.
Yeah, do you see that? Horrocks, they always have fun stuff.
They do have fun stuff. I had to look for some things that were cold because I didn't think I had a whole lot here.
Yeah, but you were right.
I was right. That was cold, and then I bought our very special guest, my lovely, beautiful daughter, Caitlin. I bought her a beer. She wanted a cider. What do you got, Caitlin?
Angry Orchard.
What
kind?
flavor?
Strawberry.
Have you tasted that yet?
Yes, it's really good.
You have a glass if you would like the glass. You don't have to use the glass.
Yeah, I say we know that you don't have a Bucks and Brews glass.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them that have been made in this world,
That's
and they
very
belong
true.
to the host.
That is something we are working on, though.
It is. We will allow other people to have it.
Which a reminder out there, if you want a T-shirt, we got T-shirts, $15.
Yeah, let's say.
We also have a Patreon now.
We do.
I shared that out earlier on Twitter. That's available if you want to support us. You get some free shit if you support us for 3, 6, 9, or 12 months.
Yeah, let's say. And we would love the support. We'd like to keep growing. When we first started, we had camera on the laptop and
in our own houses.
right, and I'm using a cell phone and whatever earpieces I can find.
How many comments did we get? Nick's really got to get better internet. That connection sucks.
Oh, you mean just my Wi-Fi or my cell phone
Yeah,
connection?
your hotspot.
Because I don't have Wi-Fi. Yeah. Now we're in a room with Wi-Fi and we're up to headphones and microphones.
We got a sign behind us.
We do, we stickers, shirts, and glasses, and we're branding the crap out of ourselves. We're not really putting ourselves out there enough.
I don't think we are either.
We're branding the crap out. Baby steps, baby steps.
So I have some exciting news for you while Caitlin's looking up her information.
Oh, I like
You
exciting
did-
news.
You did not comment on this when I sent it to you last night.
I kind of was busy.
I think you were a little busy.
Say,
I think I have to be an Aaron Rodgers fan,
I don't even know if I even looked at it.
dude.
Wait.
So
Yes, the he dressed up or something. I seen a quick photo.
No.
you saw a quick photo. Yeah, he looked stupid.
Or he
Like he beat up.
beat up or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers is taking part of his salary in Bitcoin.
Okay.
He teamed up with Cash App.
Sure.
And gave away $1 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday.
Oh crap.
I got $9.97 in Bitcoin from Aaron Rodgers.
I have Cash App. Why didn't I get money?
Because you didn't go on Twitter and do this. She did,
I
but it was a
didn't
little
get
late. But we're hoping that Aaron Rodgers does it again because she's going to jump right on that. I sent it to her and she goes, "That's a scam." I went, "Actually, it's not."
Hey, there you go.
So I'm talking to a buddy of mine today. I'm like, I think I have to be an Aaron Rodgers fan now because he's given me more in the past 10 years than the Bears have. They've only given me heartache and grief. And then I said, wait a minute. Come to think of it, besides the $9.97 Aaron Rodgers gave me, the only thing he ever gives me is heartache and grief too.
It's always against us.
It really is.
Oh, say.
But I mean, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, no, that's like, dude, and that's the funny thing. So one thing I'd love to point out, right?
Yep.
Real quick, so get this out there. So he gave away $1 million.
Yep.
That was $1 million, a lot of money,
Yes.
right? Shit tons. I mean,
For him, it might not. It'd
Just-
probably be like me or you giving out $100, $200.
sure, but it's still $1 million.
It is.
Now he helped a ton of people at $9, or to help, but like
Well,
you were happy to
he
receive
didn't-
$9.
Yeah, he didn't give just $9. Like one guy got $99 worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, he just varied it up all the time. I think he started to give out more, and then the more people that started tagging it, he just gradually gave a little less because he wanted to spread it out.
Sure. Well, and that's just it. Like, multiple people got impacted. And so, when we talk about that type of thing, it's like people are like, oh, all these people have so much wealth. And if they gave it, it's like the wealth that they would give, that they would have to give over multiple. So we talk about Bezos a lot because you and I kind of differ on him and stuff. And it's like, all right, so if he gave up X amount of his wealth, it would still only look like $9, right? And you
Yep.
give $1 million, it only looks like $9. So it's like, you wouldn't have $1 billion or $1 trillion if he gave his billion or trillion. No, you would have $9, right?
Right.
And so, but it'd be $9 more than you had on a constant basis.
Well, and speaking of that, so Elon Musk came out this week
Oh,
because
congrats, good to him. Hey,
he might have come out that way
Yeah.
too. I'm not sure.
I don't want him in the community.
Caitlin does not want him in the gay community. Anyways, basically it was said, $6 billion to cure world hunger.
Yeah.
And Elon came out and said, if you have a plan to cure world hunger for $6 billion, I will cash in Tesla stock now.
Right.
Which you didn't have to say that. I mean, I'm not a huge Elon Musk guy. I think, for the most part, he's out for himself. But in all honesty, can you say any different? Can I?
no, I mean,
At the end of the day, my bottom line is the thing I care about the most.
right.
So, even to put the suggestion out there, hey, have you got a plan to end world hunger for $6 billion? I'll finance that. That's huge.
Oh, that's huge. And like one of the people I look up to is like Bill Gates, right? Like we have nothing in common. Like the dude reads, the dude's really smart. But him and his now ex-wife, or soon to be, if they're, they support so many countries for their medical, right? Like, hey, a virus, or a shot to them costs like 10 cents all around the world. Where here it costs, because of our insurance, because of everything, costs $1,000 just to get a flu shot.
Yeah.
It's like there they can buy them for pennies or 10 cents or whatever it is. Oh, they shell out $10,000 in it. I think they're sponsoring like 47 countries or something worth of medical. And I'm just like, that's huge. Like, good for them. people don't look into people enough. They just look at the maximum amount of wealth and they don't actually see the impact that some of these people are making, right?
Well, you know, when you look at it, so like, you know, I'm not a huge Republican guy.
Yeah.
Especially lately, and I got a story on that.
So,
They've convinced people that universal health care is a horrible idea.
sure.
Which, mind you, we're one of like 10 countries in the world, all of them besides us are small islands,
Sure.
that don't have universal health care. Okay. You have to wait a long time for an appointment. In some certain circumstances, you do.
Sure.
But don't you have to here as well?
Right. I mean, yeah, like one of the people I work with or whatever, right? She try to get her daughter in. Oh, we don't have an appointment until, next Thursday or something. And it's like, this is why people go into the hospital because, and I do think we have a hypochondriac society for the most part, right? Because it's like, hey, I need this and I need this right now because we are a society of instant gratification.
Absolutely.
Right? So before we get too far in, we've been talking about money quite a bit. Really excited for Caitlin to join us tonight. We're going to be talking budgeting from a standard person, right? I mean, David, I think you would fall into this just a little bit. You're older, right? So we're talking to the 26-year-old that has basic things. She took she did take the next step in my eyes. About a year ago, you bought a house?
Yeah, almost a year.
Right. So getting to that point, I'd like to dive into like, hey, how we took the steps. We've hit on it here and there, but I'd really like to, hey, how did we get to this point and to the next point and where we are today? We love budgeting.
We do love budgeting.
I'm excited to show these people, hey, like this is simple. You just pull up a sheet and here it is, right?
Well, and one of the things with her that's going to be interesting during this episode is Caitlin amassed a pretty substantial amount of wealth.
Yeah.
And this year she has not worked a lot because she had wrist surgery twice.
Yeah.
So the first time it didn't work, she was off work for 4 months. Then she had to have it again and was off work for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
She's just recently gone back to, what her full hours are, which, she's an assistant manager at Dairy Queen. She only gets about 30 hours a
If
week.
only she was here to tell us all this.
Very true. I do speak for my daughter a lot. That's, just kind of the way it is. But
the unforeseen things like happen.
yeah, they do.
We might have mentioned in the other episode, like my mom just lost her job at 42
Yeah.
years at Steelcase because she had foot surgery, it didn't heal. She had to have a second surgery, and then she didn't get to go back to work within a year. And so they, released each other of their whatever.
Mhm.
So, Caitlin,
Yes.
you don't have to tell us everything, but tell us a little bit about yourself. We already know that you're David's pride and joy.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am an assistant manager at Dairy Queen, and I did buy a house in February of this past year, I guess. And then I had 2 wrist surgeries. One didn't work. Luckily, I found one that did work, and yeah, I was off of work for a while, but
Do you know approximately how much money you burned through in your savings?
mine is paying the insurance for my infusions because that took a big
It took a
hit,
long
too.
time to get that back, and I know somebody that covered most of that.
Yes.
But you were probably, say, at the end of the year around 13,000 or so in Lake
Yeah.
Michigan,
Yeah.
and it's currently sitting around what?
Also, we went through
2,000?
$11,000. So you can see Dad's face. He's like, "Look,
Yeah.
we're getting."
I'm not happy about these.
No, I know you're not because I know how you are. So Caitlin
I'm
is a typical daddy's girl.
Yeah.
She has her entire life said, "Hey, Dad, can I have this?"
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Do you think you have FU money?
What's FU money?
Kind of. I mean, like, do you think you're a multimillionaire that can just feed your kid for the rest of
No,
your life? Right?
no.
Like, so
I think that's coming, but no, that's not here yet.
right, but like, so she's not just fed on a silver platter, a silver
No,
spoon.
no, not at all.
So like, right, this is
This is
hard earned.
right. This is getting to a point.
Yeah.
When Caitlin wants something, I've always been the type to give her what she wants with limitations.
Okay, so
If I decide,
she doesn't drive a Bugatti.
no,
She doesn't.
she bought her car.
I've had my car since 2015.
2015. I paid the first 5 or 6 payments, and she paid the rest.
Okay.
If she really wants something and she asks me, my typical answer is, you have money. If Caitlin tells me, that's fine, I'll use my money to buy it, that means she really wants it.
Sure.
Now, if I have the ability to help her out, I'm more than happy to help her out. If I don't, she has money, she can buy it.
Sure.
So she definitely does not get just handed everything, but certain things.
I have to pay him monthly for some stuff, so it's not like
No, and that's good. Like I
Yeah.
feel like our viewers, you know, are going to be like, oh man, it's just, you know, a rich person giving whatever, and it's like,
Yeah, it's definitely
I
not.
mean, you live in a modest house. I live in a modest house. I mean,
I paid $132,000 for my house. Do you know what you paid for your condo?
when
$130,000.
was it 130?
yeah,
So
when-
2,000 less than me.
Can we be honest? I probably have more money than both of you,
You absolutely have more money than both of us.
right? And I paid 83 after the refinance, after
Right.
everything. I
Yep.
paid 101 for my house.
yeah,
Well,
but that
I live in
there are special circumstances there, but yes, you paid way less in a much more valuable house.
It is a much more right. It is a much more value, but like, yeah, I live in the cheapest house out of all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
The cheapest bought house, but
right.
the most expensive. If we all went to sell right now, she could make a good 10 grand off hers. I could make a good 120,000 off mine. You could probably make 250,
Something crazy.
maybe a
yeah.
little more than that off yours.
Right. It's like something crazy, you know. But like, you know, that goes to show like, you know, where the knowledge, like I have real estate knowledge, right? And that's just kind of got me that one good deal where again you got $9, which to most people are like $9 to pitch that away, and I'm like, I didn't get the fucking $9 because like I'm not diving into this. I'm not doing this. Granted, I'm doing different things, but like not everything works. So like one thing I want to talk about tonight, like with budgeting, is you know, this isn't set for everybody. Like everybody's budget's different. Her budget's different than his budget's completely different than mine. This is a
His
basic
budget is
idea.
definitely word.
It's different than
Yeah, it's different, way different than mine. I could not figure out his.
yeah. Well,
Mine's a little insane. I agree. I love my spreadsheet.
and you don't. I mean, we all know that. Like my budget's just like in my head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nick uses pieces of paper.
oh, I have fucking sticky notes. Oh,
I had
over.
a conversation with a friend about you the other day, and they go, "Yeah, I've heard a couple episodes. I know Nick likes to go to the bank with his checkbook and pay each mortgage that way." I'm like, well, either with his checkbook or with cash. Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, but that's exactly it, right? Like I'm not. I'm old school, right? Like
I get it, man.
it's work.
Some
like,
things you
it's-
do
it's
what you do.
It's what works for you, and that's what we want. We want what works for you guys, right? So some of these things that are out there, like we'll dive in. So I don't remember if the introduction you said you're going to school or not, right? But, like,
Yeah, I am. I have a year left of my bachelor's, and that's pretty exciting. But
cool. And right.
I
so,
did
like,
have to take a couple
Terms.
terms off because of the surgeries. So
Sure.
that did take me back.
So, if you're joining us with Mitch, you'll be able to see on the screen right now. We're pulling up a basic template, I guess.
Only going to show a few lines of this at a time, so you can still see Nick and my beautiful face.
And that's all we ask, right?
Though honestly, they'd still see mine. It'd be yours and Caitlin's beautiful face. They can't see.
I'll just hunch down for you guys.
So,
Closer to David.
monthly wise, I have the stub here.
Yeah.
So for a normal pay period,
It's bi-weekly.
yeah, every 2 weeks.
Yep.
We're at $696.52. So I like even numbers. Let's say $700 every.
Sure.
Okay, so $1,400 a month.
Yep.
Which is reflected there.
And so now here, just again, like I'm gonna stop so much in this episode. People say I cut in way too much. 692 is what you
Well,
had
it's
said.
not like the guy last week that bitched and moaned about me talking about my trip when you asked.
Right. But like so
Fuck that guy, by the way.
so the funny thing is right now David's at 1,400, right? But like if and when I do my budget,
Yeah.
the number's 13.
Well, yeah.
Like right because I want to be I'm so conservative because
Yep,
like
I get it.
I am. So like if my mortgage payment is 695 or
Yep.
whatever, no, it's 700, right? Like or 750. Like
Same.
because I know you just had it. We talked about it, I think off air, like your escrow went up. And it's like, I know that this is going to constantly grow. So like when we do 14, like I'm 1350, but really you could do it down to the penny, you know, however much in depth. Like this is a very generic basic,
Yep.
like, hey, let's do this.
So interest wise, she has the same account you do.
Mhm.
You make about $35 a month in interest,
Yeah.
which is what she was making before this illness.
Yep.
So what are you making now in interest a month? Roundabout. Just give me a guess.
Or, I don't know.
Let's say
So $10, $15,
Yeah, I think it's 10.
maybe $10. Okay, so you're making $10. What other things are you doing to bring in income?
Doing surveys.
You're doing surveys. How much do you think a month you're making in surveys?
$10.
About $10. Anything else you're doing? Okay, so you got surveys at $10. So you're bringing in about $1,420 a month. Okay. Now let's look at your bills, because that's, you know,
Important.
very important. So tuition,
Mhm.
you just got your latest tuition bill. You pay in terms, I know, which for anybody that doesn't understand, her terms are 8 weeks. And your class is roughly how much?
530.
So about 530. So we're estimating 265 a month.
Yep.
Your current book is how much?
About $40.
About $40. So we estimate $20 a month. Your car payment. How much is your car payment?
Zero.
Zero. Why?
I paid it off.
You paid it off.
there you go.
And did you run right out and buy a new car?
No,
Why?
my car's working.
Yeah,
and
but
it's running.
so many people do that.
Dumb.
Do you know how much roughly you spent on your car? Like how much it was when you bought it?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you know what your payment was a month?
Or
See, this is why I am also here. Her payment was $236 a month. She's paid a little under 15 grand
Sure.
on a 5-year loan at 2.5% ish. So, I mean, we got good deals on
Yeah.
it. Dad co-signed, but again, I didn't make the payments.
We made 15, you know, on the way I look at it is we had 15,000, or we were at
Yeah.
13, but we were at 15,000 in Lake Michigan, 2.5% interest. She could have just used all of her interest and still made 0.5 on the interest because we're getting 3% on our money, right? Could have paid cash and not had to pay the interest type thing, but we're earning still 0.5% to me. That's earning money.
Well, and at the time, you know, when she bought it, she didn't have that much money.
Sure.
That helped, you know, the things she did and the things that I helped her do got her up to that really nice nest egg.
Sure.
And, you know, honestly, I'll ask you this question, Nick. If she wasn't as financially stable as she was, where would she be at right now?
Oh, back at home with mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
She'd be screwed.
yeah, so she'd probably continue to have her car because it is paid off.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it'd just be back home.
She'd have to sell the condo.
Oh, 100%. Or, you know, I mean, back then when she was renting, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because you wouldn't have the money. I mean, when did you have surgery before you bought your house?
It was after.
Okay, so right, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't make it. You'd have to rent your condo or sell your condo. I mean, right? Me, I always go to the rental side of things. Right, or sell the thing. I mean, yeah, okay, hey, you made 10 grand. Congrats, like there you go. But now you're back to nothing. So, you know, that's why we talk about like having savings, right? Like you have to have that
Well, you need that safety net.
because you never know.
She was supposed to be out of work for 2 months.
Yeah,
She was out half of February, all of March, all of April, all of June, all of July, all of May. I missed May.
Yeah.
That's because I wasn't really around in May. All of July, half of August. She didn't really start back to her normal schedule until sometime in September.
sure.
And again, when we look at this budget, you'll see that when you factor in school,
Yep.
she's still negative every month.
Yep.
So car payment, 0. Cell phone, how much you pay for your cell phone?
$40.
$40. Fantastic.
Are you with your parents, or do you have your own?
I'm with them.
Okay, so right, that's okay. Find a single
Yeah.
cell phone for $40 is a little tough. So, you know, there's some people out there, and that's why again this is different because some people are like, hey, my parents won't let me have it on their phone. You know, I know people that are like, I had my brother on mine at one time. I had my sister at one time. Like now my mom and my other brother are on my phone, right? So like just because my parents can't do it doesn't mean I can't do it for them type thing.
Right.
And so that's kind of how I look at it. Like again, this budget and this is hers, not yours, right? For the people that are listening. So
Well, and when I factor in my cell phone bill,
yeah,
I factor in a reimbursement of $40 a month from her and my mother because they're both on my plan
sure.
and they both pay for their own cell. Whoops. Rent is listed here, but it's really your mortgage with your homeowners association. Do you know how much that is?
So my mortgage is $850.
$855, you'd said.
Yep. And then my HOA is $160.
So we're at about $1,005. Utilities, so gas and electric, you're estimating about $150 a month.
And so now, right, I again want to dig into this, right? How to figure this out. People are like, oh, you know, it's hard to, all right. This one will take you some time,
Yes,
right?
it will.
Because we're in Michigan, right?
Well, and
It-
we
it-
talked about this just before we started the episode.
Yeah.
I asked, how much did you spend in
electric,
well, I asked gas and she goes, oh, I spent $20.
I
yeah,
guess I'm still confused on that because like at the apartment I didn't.
You didn't have gas.
Yeah.
right.
And
Well, she had gas.
like I didn't.
So, and that, and that's you're confused because you didn't normally
Yeah.
have to pay it, right? Like, trust me, people watching, like when I bought my first, so my 8 unit, when I bought my first 8 unit, you know what it's like to write a fucking check for everybody's gas, and it's $100. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't, like, I pay $800 over a fucking year, and now I'm paying it on a monthly basis, especially
Right.
in the winter. And so I'm sitting here just going, like I want to puke, right? It's just like, oh god, like it's a fucking mortgage payment just for gas, right? And it's like, this is insane. Insane, so it took me it wasn't like right away. I was used to it. It took me a while. Granted, I bought and the messed up part is like I bought the house or the 8 unit in July, and so I'm getting the gas bill, and I don't even remember back then it was like $150, $200, and all right, that's not bad. That's it's like it's bad, but it's not that bad. And then we get in my first winter, and I was like,
Yeah.
like,
Well, and as you were trying to say, in Michigan,
Yeah.
your gas bill is low from June to September.
right.
And
You hope, right? You hope.
then in October it starts to raise, and then it's usually pretty fucking high from December to
Yeah.
March.
It's like February, January, February, March, they just kill it.
They do.
Like it literally.
Especially when you look at March and you're like, oh, it's starting to get warm.
Yeah.
It's going to hit 45 degrees today for 2
Yeah,
hours.
so you
And the rest of it's going to be 20.
get so excited. But like today, it started snowing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So gross.
I hate it. Last year, gosh, we made it so far. But and so then we're talking about electric, right? Like, because she said her electric bill was like $20, and you're like, what was it in the summer, right? So what I'm trying to say is like, over this. So yes, you can budget monthly, but understand that it might take you, you might have to go back and look at what bills you paid, right? Like, if you really want to do this, great. Go back and figure out what bills you have paid for the past year, 6 months, year, whatever it is. Like, that way you can get an average, right? Like, hey, and I'll go to the bank and I go, hey, I need my statements for the past year. And they're like, what? And I was like, I need my statement for everything I've done. And they're like, all right. So they just print me out like a fucking stack. And I highlight. I'm like, all right, DT. And I go into a spreadsheet. I write DTE, right? 12 lines. Consumers, 12 lines. Everything else, like, it's just, boom, there it is. And so I go and I highlight. I'm like, this is this.
Computers.
No, it is a computer that does it. I type it into my computer on Excel. Like, yes, you're
The
right.
computer will do that without typing
Yeah,
anything.
and then the only good thing I like about computers, I'm pretty good at math. I'm like, I don't mind doing the whole 550, type thing. But I do go into my Excel and I hit auto sum and then I drag and enter, right? And so then it tells me, and like, still don't trust computers. Like, even I will still usually go back to the math and I'm like, yeah, that's good. Like, I get halfway through it. I'm like, all right, double that, we're good. But I want to make sure my math is right, and the only way to make sure is to not fail, right? So go if you can find your stuff for the past whatever, right? And then, so
If you log into your energy account, whether it's consumers or DTE or ComEd or whoever you have, they'll give you how much you've spent the last 12 months. Just add those numbers up and divide it by 12.
So here in Michigan, DTE is so our gas bill is about to go up.
Yes.
Our electric bill will go down, and the reason it's opposite in the summer, our electric bill is really high and our gas bill is really low. The reason, right? Again, we're running AC, which takes electric in the summer, and we're cooking outside on a grill. We're not usually using now here in Michigan. We're Midwesterners. We eat soup like crazy, chili, stuff like that. Everything that uses our stove, we bake cookies. We do our our turkeys for Thanksgiving. So we're using more gas inside, and we're running a furnace, which is gas furnace usually, right? And so as you said, like you were paying $716 or something for rent, and that included all utilities.
Yep.
Right. Now you have rent/mortgage plus an HOA fee plus all utilities, right? But you get free trash for that, right?
Yep.
Oh man, what a fucking bargain!
They do lawn care and all that stuff. For the HOA.
Yeah, what a bargain! Wow, that's not bad.
They'll also knock at the door at 8 a.m. to wake people up and say you used the wrong trash can, and she goes, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's your dad did it. Fuck you, maintenance guy." This one I'm kind of excited about. So internet cable.
Yeah.
What happened recently with the internet?
Recently?
Yeah, you said the bill went down. How?
We called Xfinity, and somehow my bill was $46, so we got it down to $43.
Huge.
Which, mind you, she has no idea how.
Yeah.
We called AKA my mommy and daddy. Honestly.
No, he doesn't call.
I don't call anybody.
We did it. No, your dad looked at the bill and said, "This is wrong." Your mom's like, "I got this." I wish I had like 2 minutes.
No shit, right?
Hey, I'm getting shirts $3. Yeah, it's like whenever people piss me off for like $3, if that's what the real case is, I'm just like, "Yep, I'm out. Cancel it. Done." You screwed me for $3. I don't care if it's a month, 2, 3. I'm out. You're never getting a dime from me.
So my favorite Nick story on bills is you called about a dental bill.
Yeah.
And you wanted a discount, and they said, "Absolutely not, no way." And you used my standard line of, "That's fine. I'm going to pay you a penny a month. Those fuckers paid."
Yeah.
And they got so pissed at you that you were willing to do that. They're like, "Fine, what do you want?" And you're like, "I just want money off." They gave you $5 off. You paid it right there.
Yeah. To say, and I'm still allowed to go to the dentist. Too.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's funny because I think there's a big problem with people looking at people as cheap, right? If you're cheap, you're not known as cool. You're not known as whatever. You're cheap, and it's wrong. And it's like, no, I'm successful. Like in my eyes, right?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You think Jeff Bezos is cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why he's got billions of dollars. He's fucking cheap.
Yeah. I mean, right? Buying. I don't know. I haven't seen him on Cribs owning 50 cars. I don't know if he does, right? Like, some people spend their money in different ways, but I knew he owned a bunch of houses and sold some stuff.
We talked about Ndamukong Suh a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I love his stuff that he's putting on Twitter because he's talking about financial literacy a lot. And his thing, he basically said, "Listen, I didn't buy a bunch of houses. I didn't buy a bunch of cars. I bought experiences."
Yep.
So I'd go out to the bar and I drop 20 grand at the bar.
Yep.
And I do that, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row. That's where my money went.
Yep.
I had to get smarter. I had to get better. And I mean, that's what everybody has their vice of what they like and what they want to do.
Yeah.
That they don't really think about that money. I mean, we've said it before. When you're on vacation, what do you do?
Spend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you want.
Well, we're talking about bar tabs. So we talked about
Yep.
bowling. I always have $100-something bar tab. I'm trying to diet a little bit, right? So I'm drinking Michelob Ultra besides tonight. And I had a few. All of a sudden I get my tab from the waitress or whatever. So I didn't do any shots.
Yeah.
You go tab and it's like $15 or $16 or something. I rounded up, and I was like, I don't even know how to pay this, right? Like I pulled out my pocket and like I have $100 bill, and I'm sitting here just going, all right, just put it on my card, and I'll add my tip to it. Like I don't think I've ever seen a bar tab that low. Like that's just, I know where my money goes.
So when I was younger and I had less money.
Yeah.
I was part of the beer tour at Old Chicago.
Oh yeah.
So they only let you clock 4 beers to visit.
Yep.
So in that day, you can only have 4 different beers to count. So I was always of the opinion, I'll drink those 4 beers. They'll be good beers. They'll be high alcohol content beers. And when those beers are gone, now I'm going to Old Style.
Yeah.
Old Style is very, very watered down, awful, horrible Midwestern beer. It's official beer of the Cubs half the time because there's 800 Old Style signs on the way to Wrigley Field.
Right.
They would sell a 16-ounce Old Style at Old Chicago for $1. You know how many Old Styles I could drink?
Yeah.
And it just kept my buzz going because there wasn't very much alcohol in it. So you wouldn't get drunk off of it. You just have a nice buzz all, for 4 or 5 hours.
But the Michelob Ultra or whatever. I got it for Halloween. I got a 12-pack because low carbs in them. Yeah, I think they're really mean. You can have like one, which we all know I don't just drink one. So, by the end of the 12th one, I was like, all right, I'm doing something here. I was like, this isn't bad. It's like handing out candy, just here we go. Speaking of Halloween and one of the greatest days, we celebrated on Saturday the day before.
I saw you on Saturday.
Happened to be a fantastic day for my team, right? Michigan State. Good job. So when I had a kid walking up the thing and I see a Michigan jersey, I say, hey, is that a Michigan jersey? Yeah, parents are all in the room. I mean, this is probably a crowd of like 30 people.
You gave that kid so much shit.
Go to YouTube, put on Michigan State fight song, blare my freaking radio. All you just hear is, oh, come on, man. Oh, God. I was like, dude, I got to watch one play of the game and we got sacked. So, yeah, let's get back to our funness.
So
Internet car insurance.
Yep. So we're car insurance monthly. Do you know how much you're spending on car insurance?
$44.
Okay, about $44 a month. All right.
There you go.
So
you have PLPD?
She has full coverage though.
$44 full coverage at 26. That's really good.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. Well.
I don't know if that's accurate. That's what she says.
Yeah.
Groceries and eating out. Have you figured out that number yet? Because I know you've been working on it for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. So, sort of.
Sort of. Okay. Give me your best guess.
So I use Quicken too.
Yes.
And this says about 464.
Do you think that's low or high?
A little high.
So yeah,
You think that's high?
she's gonna say it's high because she's like, I don't really want to spend that kind of money. Like she's like, no.
What do you think?
For her, I mean, I'm gonna assume that's low.
I'm going to assume that's low. I would feel much better with that number around. I'm going to say 600. Nick, your thoughts?
Say, yeah, I mean,
It's between 4 and 6. I try to keep it between.
Real quick question, just for you. And again, some
Yep.
people, like I eat at home more now that I'm dieting than I ever have in my life. Last home cooked meal you made at home. Yeah, that number's way low. Say
2 days ago.
say 2 whole days ago. Yeah. What was it?
It was a dinner meal that I had.
She does dinnerly.
Dinner, yeah.
So
Oh, so it's a subscription.
It's a subscription. They send you the
Meals.
meals and you the recipe and
When-
make them.
Okay, the last store you went and shopped for groceries. Go.
Last week.
What'd you buy?
Random junk.
Yes.
Random junk.
Didn't even buy a meal, right? Like it's all junk food. Like you didn't. So yes, I'm gonna say low just because I'm assuming we're eating.
She came over Saturday night
Yeah.
because she wanted to get her new Samsung watch.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you off the air how much I paid for that.
Yeah.
And she sat there complaining, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, we have make your own pizzas in the fridge. You want to make a pizza? She goes, nah, it sounds like too much work. Mind you, she did make one.
Of course. I'm not going to turn down free food.
So I'm gonna say you're probably closer to 600 because I feel better with that number.
Yeah. You know,
How much do you spend a month in premiums for your medical insurance? Because now you're 26 years old and you don't get,
$99.
yeah, you're not on my plan, so you spend 99 bucks a month.
Yep.
That's actually a pretty good plan too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than mine.
Now, let me ask you. So I just kind of went through this with my mom.
Yeah.
Are you getting the government grants or funding?
Yes.
Like to help with that? Okay. So originally this was like a $700 bill. The government, because of like what's called Obamacare or whatever, has gifted a bunch of
Affordable
money.
Care Act.
Affordable Care Act, right? Has gifted a bunch of money. So now, so
There's subsidies
Yep.
to bring that
down, and then
premium down.
and
yes.
then 2021 this year they actually gave a second one
They did.
because of COVID thing. So like it lowers it. So my mom's actually only paying like $80,
Yep.
right? Next year it has a potential to go back up. They haven't figured out. It's November 1st, 2nd, so they should know. Has a potential to go back up like 25, 30 like that for hers. Yeah.
But still, great plans.
Yep.
I actually talked to my therapist this week and she goes, yeah, a lot of my patients have said they have to leave priority because priority is just too expensive. And I asked the question, I said, I assume these are employer group members. She goes, yeah, probably. I don't think they're people that bought their plan on the individual market. I said, I wouldn't assume so either because we're picking up membership in the individual market. We're picking up membership, you know, in Medicare and Medicaid. But our group rates are high. We have excellent insurance, but it's also expensive insurance.
The funny thing is, when I was on my dad's insurance, my counseling bill was about $80, I think. Now it's $10. So my insurance is really good.
Yeah, you get a great value
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, and that's, I mean,
Yeah.
you can go private insurance. I mean, it's actually very affordable right now.
Especially if
I-
you're not making a ton of money.
You know, I have a very good friend of mine, one of my best friends, right? Today we were talking about insurance. After 1400 months, he's talking about maybe giving up his career. Like he owns a business, and I was like, "Dude, you're a very smart guy. Like your house is paid. When you look at like, yes, you do other big things and all that. I go, when you look at life, what are you down to?" I was like, you have to cover insurance, mortgage, or your insurance on your house, taxes, and your vehicle. Like,
Yeah.
That's it, man. And he's like, yeah. I was like, you're used to a very high figure. You literally could look at your figure and just say, I'm good here. Because he's the kind of guy who like, he owns a place that he owns a place in the middle of nowhere, let's just say. And I've used it more than he has in the past 2 years, which I've used it twice. If that tells you anything. But right, I'm like, he's very happy and content up there, right? Like when you open his fridge, it's pickled herring, right? And he's like, yeah, I love for breakfast or whatever. And it's like, awesome. And like his bar tab, or his beer, he can drink at home, no problem, stuff like that. And I'm like, your life, you need nothing compared to what you think, right? Like now your life is hectic, but when you have time and freedom, you get to choose what you want to do. And you don't have to choose the expensive way. You can choose the cheap way. It's like, and you have the time to choose the cheap way, right? Like when I get like the hardest part about this dieting thing is like, I'm on keto just because I keep saying this, right? So like, kind of, right? I mean, I'm cheating with a dirty bastard, but I can't stop at Taco Bell and get $2 for a tortilla. So my wife makes sure that I have a tin of nuts or a bag of nuts or something. And so, I mean, I didn't have my first nut until probably 5:30 this afternoon, right? Like I didn't eat all day, and like finally I was like, oh man, and I knew I had to do this, and I wasn't getting home to get dinner, and I was like, I'm just gonna get a handful of them real quick, and that's it. Like
I grabbed 2 protein bars on the way here because it was the first time I was really hungry.
right, and it's just I mean we're trying to but when you don't have time, like you go to those.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like her.
easy.
I mean, she's like, I don't want to make stuff. And like, you get to that point. You don't want to make like McDonald's is very easy, right? Like, you can sit there, you can still make your phone calls, you can still do everything. And I'm a very busy person, right? Like, So I remember going through Taco Bell, like putting people on mute real quick, ordering my food, talking off mute. They'll say something. I'm like, mute, okay. And like, I don't even know if my order's correctly the reminder. Like, nobody does, nobody cares.
Well, I mean, when you're working the way she worked, so like last Monday, what was your shift last week Monday?
Open to close. So
And open-
10:45 to 9.
Okay, so
But now I need to be specific on this, Rip.
yes,
The DQ you work at, so you all agree? Yes. Why do I say this? Because they don't have hot dogs, they don't
They
have deep fried chicken, they don't have all the good shit.
it's just ice
We
cream.
only
It's
have
just
like-
ice cream. She's just the ice cream DQ. Okay, so like people are like, oh man, so you get free ice cream, right?
No,
I still have to pay for
they get
it.
discounted ice cream.
50%.
America.
They get discounted ice cream.
Wow.
So I
I'd
mean,
be uber pissed.
if you work, that's a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
You want to come home at 9:30 at night and cook? I wouldn't.
No, but I mean, I'd probably I'd probably grab my Salisbury steak out of the freezer, throw it in the microwave while I take a leak, come back, stir up my mac and cheese, quickly grab a glass of water, and then
I'm going to ask this 26-year-old, what did you have for dinner last Monday? Was it Wendy's or Arby's?
Probably Arby's.
Probably, yeah, same. Which Arby's is not cheap.
No,
I mean,
you're
gosh.
10, 12 bucks a meal. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. This pisses me off. Okay.
Yeah.
So like 84th Street gives us all their bottles.
Yeah.
And they constantly are posting, hey, we need staff. We need staff. We need staff.
Yep.
So Don asked, what are you paying? Well, we're starting at I want to say $3.50 an hour for servers.
Sure. Which is better than most.
It is.
Yeah.
But here's my question. I could probably spend less money eating at 84th Street than I could eating at McDonald's.
Mhm.
And they're starting off at 14. What's the bonus to work at 84th Street then?
Potential of bigger tips.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you're not making that up in tips. You are if you and I come in.
Right.
But a lot of people, you ain't making that up.
Like my wife worked at Russ's, so for people listening, Russ's is it's a Dutch thing, and here, so Dutch over in Europe are not cheap, but like Dutch here, right? My wife would tell me stories. Person would sit down with a 4 quarters on the table, and if you didn't do what they wanted, they'd take a quarter back, right? It's just like end up with a 75-cent tip on a $40 meal. Well, there it's $20. So
Still.
it's kind of expensive, right? But you go there and a hamburger would cost, hamburger and fries would cost you like $7, right? Which you go to Red Robin, hamburger and fries is going to cost you $12, $13. So,
But I mean, hell, if you go to Burger King, unless you're using their app, which we love their app.
oh, we did.
Unless you're using their app, a burger and fries is going to cost you $7, $8.
Yep.
And yeah, they'll throw in the drink, but still.
So, all right, yeah. So we now your prescriptions. You have a lot of medical problems.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
We'll say you're just like your mommy.
And until you hit your deductible, you have to pay this stuff. And
Yeah.
I know right now you're not positive what your deductible is. I'm going to guess it's somewhere between $750 and $1,000,
Mhm.
which you probably hit it pretty quick. But till you hit that, so let's say it's $1,000. So you're at let's say $80 a month.
Yep.
Okay. Miscellaneous bills, just other money you spend, waste, whatever. Gasoline we haven't done yet.
Right.
So other stuff, gasoline,
Funko Pops.
yeah,
I
Funko
haven't bought
Pops.
it.
Yeah, she hasn't had one.
Bought them.
Sorry, let me TY Beanie Babies.
Probably 200.
You think you spend about 200 and other stuff.
Yeah, every month. Yeah.
So we're looking at you spend about $2,543 a month. Which puts you at negative $1,123 every month. Which wasn't a big deal when you had 13,000 in your account.
Yep.
But when you have 2,000 in your account, this is a big deal.
You don't have 2 months worth of life.
No. So, and again, I'm looking at this $200. What have you done recently that has increased in your house money-wise?
Cats?
Yes.
My cats are very expensive.
Yes. How much do you think you spend on them a month?
Probably 1,000 or so.
No, I'm not talking with the vet bills that somebody else pays. I'm just talking. food.
Um,
You can spend 100 a month,
yeah.
so let's up that to 3. But you're $1,200 a month in the hole every month.
Yep.
Now, we have to find ways to make that better, right?
Yeah.
So something else that's not on here that I know you wanted to ask Nick's advice about, because Dad has an opinion.
Yep.
But we want Nick's opinion.
So I have investments, and with my current budget, should I reduce my contribution to my investments?
So for her betterment,
$1,200 a month. So
Yeah.
So describe your house to me.
Like bedroom wise?
Sure. Describe your condo.
It's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, or like it's a apartment style.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms.
Yep.
So how much do you charge your rents, your cat for rent?
I wish,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
So you
but
wish.
I am getting a roommate in, let's say, the end of the month.
So we're gonna change our expenses. How much you charging?
We're still deciding.
Who's we?
Me and my dad.
You have $1,223 you need to come up with. How much you charging?
Probably 400. No.
400. Where? How much did you pay for rent in your apartment?
716.
So how much is an apartment to rent?
716.
Okay.
Roughly.
And that included all utilities.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much are we charging?
you want me to jump in on this?
I mean, right?
So Caitlin had talked about half the mortgage
That was before
before the escrow went up,
Yeah.
mind you.
Sure.
And then half of all utilities.
Okay.
Which would have put it at,
So let's scroll up. So we were at, let's say 100, let's round that. So you're charging 400, half is utilities.
so
So we're at 20,
20,
75.
75 is $95.
Yep.
And she was at 8 something. What were you at? You were like 816? Your mortgage before the escrow went up.
677.
So she was looking at 358.
Sure,
And that wasn't including the HOA.
Yeah, she was
I'm
gonna
doing
take care of
that.
the HOAs because
sure.
homeowner.
So we're at an extra 4 or 5, let's say $500 of income. Right? I mean, that's half. Okay. How much did you pay? When you rented, how much did you pay?
773.
716.
Okay, 760.
And you're offering a place for $500. How much is rent?
At my current.
No, at the last place.
716.
So how much is rent? Right? So you get what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
Right? You charge a person what fair value, so they can have their own place for 716. You take off a discount, have to live with you, because I mean that can't be easy. So, right? I mean, you know, 550 seems pretty fair to me, right? I
Okay,
mean,
yeah, I
have to
guess
live with somebody.
I think I was deciding on the right amount, and we really haven't talked about it yet. And we have a agreement for our apartment or a roommate agreement, whatever. So we just haven't
Sure.
signed it or
Has she even looked at it?
not yet.
Not yet.
Right. So I mean, you have to realize, okay, so like one thing that you brought up, right, which was, and I don't want to get off tangent
No, go ahead.
with you asked a question, I'd love to,
Yeah.
but you're asking, should I do this? And my answer is no. Right? These are your investments for the rest of your life. We'll dive into those investments here in a little bit, and I'll give you a better answer. But instantly, it's no. How can I replace this income? How can I get it up? So we're at 550. Now you have to realize that. What do you keep your heat at?
9 degrees.
Okay, is that person like 69 degrees?
I don't know.
What if they're like 72?
Well, my max is like 70.
For who?
My apartment or my condo.
So you can only go to 70 degrees. Really?
Well,
Okay.
that's what I have it set at.
No.
I can, but yeah.
Can you go to 72?
Like it will allow you to go to 72.
I was,
Will your thermostat go to 72
Yeah.
degrees? Okay. What if that person likes 72 degrees? There's no, you're renting to them. They're entitled to
I guess.
their allotment, right? So like you could have, and this is what I talk about with people all the time. Like you have to know what you're getting yourself into,
Mhm.
right? So if they like 72, you like 69, just because you live there doesn't, she lives like she's entitled to what she has.
Mhm.
Granted, eyes of the federal government, you only have to offer 68 degrees. Right? But now this person, what if they wake up and they shower in the morning, they go to work, take a shower at night, and they do this, and they don't have to go to work, they just go do it night. They go play softball, they do anything. They shower at night. That's 2 extra showers, right? Because we didn't add water. Is water included in your?
Right away, probably, yeah.
She doesn't have a water.
Okay, right, but like, right now, your person, they're, I don't know anything about them. Do they play video games? Do they watch TV? Do they have a cell phone?
Mhm.
They do. They do all 3 of those, right? So that we know for a fact that a TV is plugged in. We know for a fact that a video game system is plugged in. We know for a fact that a phone charger is plugged in, right? So now take your bill, double it. Why? Because there's
Another person.
another person. Granted, we can deduct one amount of a refrigerator, one amount of a microwave being plugged in. If you have a stove, right, you can, so sure, like 40% of that, right? It's gonna go up 40% because they're using double what you would use minus,
Yeah.
whatever. So like, you have to realize that your bills, you say half of things, and it really shouldn't be half because they're using, it's going to go up more. And you can afford it, can't afford it, like in theory, but like you should make money on that aspect. Why? Because yes, it'd be nice for you to have somebody with you. You'll get along for who knows how long. It could be a day, it could be the rest of your life. You could be best friends, you can do whatever. There's a cost, right? You can't bring over anybody you want at any time anymore. You now can't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, walk around naked. I don't care. There's a freedom in your life that you have officially given up, right? Again, if you're at work and your furnace goes out, who are they going to call? Right? If the bathtub starts leaking, who are they going to call? If your toilet starts leaking, now your time has to be worth some amount of money, right? And you need to put a figure on that, right? Sure, they don't have to mow the lawn, right? But you still have, like, now what happens when this person says, hey, the lawn isn't cut, or hey, they work a job like I used to, 3 a.m. and the snow isn't removed, like and the HOA pays for this. Who are they going to call to wake up? Who are they going to wake up to say, hey, I can't get out, right? It's going to be you. Like, again, there's certain things that you haven't lived through that you won't see. Definitely went through a situation today I never thought I possibly could have ever gone through. I never thought it was going to happen. I never would have seen it coming. I never would have thought it would be me. But you have to understand that there's things that are going to happen. Your life is going to change. It always changes. Tell me your life didn't change when you moved out of your parents' house.
Oh, it did.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
It could have done for the better. It could have been for the worse. It could have, but you still, like, your life is impacted
Mhm.
in a way, and you need to be paid for that, right? And I'm not saying, and if the person can afford more, that's fine, but understand that you are not a charity, right? And you're not a business either, right? So you put yourself somewhere in the middle of this. You get a fair price. Again, you paid $716 to have your own privacy. How much is your privacy worth? Right? I mean, so if you're gonna offer a place for $400, I'm fucking moving in. Like,
Yeah.
Courtney, me, and the kid, fuck this. I'm renting out the house, $400. Like, I'll pay you fucking 10 years in advance right now. And trust me, by the annoyance that you will have from me by
Mhm.
being in your house, you're gonna try to evict me and be like, no, I've paid for 10 years, and like, you'll just move out of your own place, right? And like, I'll just rent the other room for way more than you would have. $716 across there, $850. Come on in. This thing is my ass. I'm gonna just move right out. You're stuck paying that bill, because in the end, no matter what happens, right? This person you can go to court. You can, so like, let's say they don't leave. You can go to court. You can, let's say they just randomly up and leave. Like, you have the choice to go to court. If you don't, that's fine. Right? So there's so many variables of things that could happen. You don't see it because you haven't dealt with it. You don't do it, right? But understand that, if they move in and they hate it after a month and you're used to this budgeting money, that sucks, right? Are you getting security deposit? Okay. Why?
I didn't even thought that.
Oh, but they're moving in a month.
Technically, we're not sure when they're moving.
Yeah.
Which is fine. No, so like I'm not picking on you anyway. I'm just I would
This
not
is new
I,
to me
for
too,
for
so,
for
like,
for,
new to me.
for a person to move in with me in my place, I would not charge them, right? So I will tell you that. And that's what the benefit of that's again. So instead of 715, when you moved in, you paid 716 minimum security deposit plus maybe a half month. I don't know. Some are 1 month, some are a month and a half. But that's your benefit to move in with not having your own privacy, right? You don't have to come up with a big down payment right up front. Here, this is what you have to pay. So.
Well, and I think you two still need to sit down and talk specifics. Because with your escrow going up, I mean, your escrow covers your taxes and your homeowner's insurance, which if something happens, her stuff will be covered by the homeowner's insurance, technically.
Yes.
So that conversation has to be had, and I'm happy to have that talk with the two of you, but we have to get her in the same place to do that. And it hasn't been easy lately. And I mean, I get she's had some issues come up.
Yep.
That's fine. I know her parents had COVID and she's living at home and doesn't, want to bring that around. That's great. But we have to have a date of this is when it's happening. Because even I had this conversation with your mom the other day. If she's not going to move in, you might want to look for someone else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to pay some bills, and this helps you pay bills.
Yeah, I don't like struggling.
Yes.
We're $1,200 a month, right?
Yeah.
We need to figure out money. We need to figure out money quick, right? So now, all right, let's go back to this. Your question was, should I lower my investments amount to be able to afford this? So then my question becomes, you have a 401k with your company.
No.
Okay.
No benefit.
Even free fucking fuck you. And that's just my opinion. It's not hers. I want you to understand that 100%. She's not talking bad about her company. I am. So and so now tell me what your investments are.
I have.
I want your monthly investments.
Yeah.
Before you go into everything, and I know you have it on your spreadsheet there. So go ahead. Do you know how much you put into each one a month? So I can tell you in her Betterment investment account.
Yep.
It's in $40 a month. She reduced it when she started, working less.
Okay.
But not that much.
Sure.
And for her Betterment IRA, I think she's putting in about 70 a month.
Okay. So
those are the only ones she's contributing to every month.
Okay. Now, are you looking to lower those two?
Well, those would be the ones that she would have to lower if she lowered anything.
So right now you're not investing in anything else.
No, she's just letting the money.
Okay. Now, do you want to cash out the ones that you already had, or are you talking about just lowering those two?
Just lowering those.
So in my eyes, right, and here, this is me. So, your last and final thing to possibly do with money is to lower your retirement money, right? I'm assuming your IRA is for retirement. You don't have a so no, right? Like you need to make sure you're set up.
Yeah.
Your $40 betterment that you're doing, what's that money for? So your IRA is for, like, what do you, because you could pull that betterment out right here, right now. What's it for?
Down the road, but if I have anything I need.
So we're in a struggle period right now. So I would tell you, yes, like you could take that $40 and lower it right now, but we're at 1220, lower it. So now we're at 1180, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how it's going to help, right? $40 isn't going to make or break you. If we were talking $40, I would instantly say, yeah, right? Like, hey, you're at an even point. 100% do it. But we're at a bigger deficit.
Well, and if you really need to pull money, because I also have the spreadsheet up, you do have $6,700 in your Betterment investment account.
So we can last
6 months.
6 months with a 2,000 that's still available.
Which, I mean, looking at the amounts, and Caitlin, you honestly should talk to this more than me, even though you don't know what you've done. How many IRAs do you have?
I don't know.
Look at your spreadsheet there. You can see what my mouse does, right? What are these both?
Our IRAs.
So how many do you have?
We have 2,
And how much is in the first one?
3,000 or 4,024. Wrong.
She's horrible with numbers. 4245.
Okay.
And the second one has how much?
920.
9216.
It's all right. Trust me, we all get nervous with our voices on air.
Yes.
I mean, people are just so used to my sexiness being all over the air. So right, we're not touching those, right?
Yeah.
Those are, and you can't touch them.
Yeah, those are retirement.
I mean, you can, but literally you can't. The amount of taxes and things you'll have to pay. Your Betterment. I'll give you permission. Like, here's what I'll suggest. You can recover again $11,000 or $1,180, and you can't find any more money out there. You can't go work more. You can't get another job. You can't do anything. You have my blessing to take that $40 and stop it. That'd be the last thing, because you need to understand that investing, like compound interest, biggest wealth in the world, right?
Well, I'm looking at the return on investment on these accounts,
Yeah.
because that's what
Yeah,
her Wealthfront Roth IRA, 41.5.
stupid.
Her Betterment investment account, 41.68.
Jesus.
And her Betterment Roth is really shitty at 34.89.
Right, and so, like, when you, I mean, and I don't know if those numbers make sense to you, right?
Yeah, they sort of don't.
Right, so like,
By the way, you did stash wrong on here, because there's no way you put in more money than what it's worth. You have to put it in current.
well, I mean, you lose money, I guess.
Jeez, definitely not.
But if you right, so basically what it's saying is every dollar that's in there, right? So they're giving you a bonus of $41 or 41 cents, excuse me. $1.41, right? Like, so every dollar is making that much more right now. I mean, granted, the economy is where it's at. Like, so it's like you working for time and a half, right? And we're not quite at 50, but like, so every hour you work, instead of making 10, you make 15. Every dollar you put in there, instead of making 1, make 1/5, right? Like, or make 50. But so there's no better thing. I mean, you're not. Have you done anything to make that money?
No.
Like, right? Like you did something.
Yeah.
You did something to make the money, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like you've already earned it, and now it's like 2 people working is the way I try to tell people. And I'm like, think about it. Like, you have a second income that's building it's making its own business, growing its own thing, it's doing its own life, it's doing amazing. You did nothing except for work really hard like you're supposed to. You put it to work, right? Having a bunch of kids and letting them go do all the work for you, right? I mean, back in the day, families had 6 kids. Like, my parents come from 6, both sides, right? Shoveling didn't take as fucking long as my 3 of us. Like, 6, heck yeah, it goes a heck of a lot quicker. So, right, the more sources you can have of money going in, the better. And it doesn't have to be from you. And like people, and I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, for me, it took me a long time. It took me a very short time to say that. I always say it takes me a long time, but when you look at how many different businesses, or however you want to look at it, right? How many different piles can make you money, right? That's less that you have to do. I only have to work my one job. I have 10 people working for me, right? It just does. Like you can look at it like a pyramid scheme for yourself, right? Like the bottom things are making up for the top. So, I don't care what you charge for rent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my honest opinion at this point in life, 125 every week, isn't bad, right? So, 500 a month, but then you take the 5 months, right? And this is weekly, right?
Yeah.
So 625, and 500. So 625 plus 500. Sorry. Oh, see, I have a new phone. It doesn't do everything I want. This is horrible. Right. So I mean, if you're charging them $575, I'm pretty happy with that. Like that's a decent price, right? So even with $560, $250. But you know, if you're charging $575 and $600, at the very little, you're giving people a crap ton of money. I mean, now I don't know what that other person's bills are, right? I don't know if they have a car, I don't know anything. But if we scroll back up to yours and we look at you're paying $1,000. Okay. Now divide that by 4, we're at $250. If you can give a person, that's $250 a week, right? If you can give a person 125, you've replaced half of your amount of money, right? And that's a huge win right there. So, you know, I now adding up all your bills, right? We're at 1,000. What did we come up with? What did we?
26.43 for all.
Well, that's for her bills, but what did we come up with for half of rent, half of
So utilities, $75
Yeah.
and 20, so $95 for
and then
bills.
500.
Yeah.
So we're at $600, right? So that's half the utilities, half of everything. I'm not upset about it, right? I mean, yes, I wish there was more, but again, you're also a friend. Help a friend out. You do those things. It's going to come around. Because
Well, that puts you at
but-
only down $600 a month.
And another factor that will change, right? So now you have 2 of you who are going to be at home. You'll probably eat home a little bit more, and that person might pay for some foods, like
Yeah.
for dinner. They might, you know, granted, if you guys buy stuff, that's fine. But like, there's no reason you can't be like, hey, you want chili? Well, you saved them. You'll come home, they'll be like, hey, you want some nachos or something? They've paid for that type of thing, right? Or if you go grocery shopping, you'll split you'll have your bill cut in half, just like that. You know, one thing I would look at, and I want to go back to that budgeting sheet if you wouldn't mind pulling it up.
Yep.
So let's look at it real quick and say, hey, all right, where can I cut? Right?
Well,
We know.
Before you go to cut.
Yep.
I kind of want to hit on this. So I know you were looking for a new job and you actually found one that I was not excited about.
Yeah.
And I know when you went and told your boss about it,
She wasn't very happy.
well, and her statement was, what would it take to keep you?
Yeah.
And you had said, well, after the first of the year, I'm gonna start looking.
Yeah.
So here's my question.
All right, let's work on that. We're gonna have an episode about this.
We definitely need to.
Your response when somebody says, "What's it gonna take to keep me?"
Better pay.
100%. No,
It was-
that's the honest fucking answer, right?
It
Like,
wasn't even. It's not even about the pay.
what is it?
Caitlin wants out.
It's not
You're tired of
even
the job.
that, and I'm an adult that should have benefit. That's basically.
I know that's a big thing.
That's a big thing too, but
But let me ask you this. With the exception of a couple of the people there, you
Yeah.
don't hate the job.
I don't hate the job. No.
All right.
It is becoming a drag. I know you want out. But let me ask this. If they were to give you, let's say, $1 pay raise while Caitlin breaks classes.
Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah.
If they were to give you $1 pay raise
Yeah.
and up your hours from 30 a week to 35.
Yep.
You know what that would mean difference wise in your money? That means you'd be bringing home $1,722 a month instead of 14, less than 14. That's an extra $300 every month you could bring in just by adding in those extra 5 hours at one whole dollar more. So when you're asked that question, those are some things you need to look at. You need to say, okay, if you give me $1 bump and 5 extra hours a week, I can stay here until I graduate. Because that gives a definite end that, hey, I know you're going to graduate end of August. That gives you time to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go. And it gives her the knowledge that she has you as an assistant manager until at least August. And that's a conversation, because I know you're close to her, that if I was you, I'd go in and have that conversation. Nick, your thoughts?
I'm always about more money, right? Knowing what you're worth. All right, I'm writing my self-love notes here.
You keep writing. I'll just keep
No.
talking because
So I'm gonna go back to the number one thing that you said that bugs me. But here, so growth within the company, right? So like,
Yeah.
you're an assistant manager. You don't hate your job. You don't hate whatever it is, but like you're frustrated with your life right now because you're struggling, right? And I think that happens a lot with you. If I only had more money, I could do this, right? So
to me, money's not a top priority.
but it should be. I mean,
It should, yeah.
we're $1,200 in debt a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is.
So-
I'm just
What's it going to take to be a manager?
can't do that.
That's horseshit. Why?
because the part-time owners.
Yeah.
But you could. They only own one store.
Yes.
Yeah.
They only own one store.
Yep.
Okay. So, which is fine. Now, what about corporate? They're the owner of DQ. They deal
Well,
with.
it's just
They
that
deal. They
store.
deal with. Right. But they're franchise. We had franchise episode on.
We did.
So they have an access to corporate, right? And who corporate people are, and they have access to a different world of DQ. Now I know,
Probably.
well, it's a guarantee. I mean, they pay these people money every month to have their name.
Well, I think I know where Nick might be going with this.
But like, now you're going to school for graphic arts, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way they can connect you to benefit you in getting a job with the same company? Granted, it might not be that exact store with DQ because you enjoy DQ to go do graphics for them, right? Hey, I don't know. They, just because we're so closed-minded here in West Michigan, we think you smoke it. Are they giving free T-shirts out? Can you start designing those T-shirts? Are they creating stickers, new cups? I don't care what it is, right? Like, and you get an in with the corporate world of DQ. Can they hook you up with this communication, right?
I know ultimately you want to go into 3D graphics. Ultimately, you want to make video games.
Yeah.
But what was the job you were going to do? You don't have to mention the company, but what was the,
Screen printing and printing
but what part of that?
final touches and
Yeah.
design.
So like production work.
Yeah.
You weren't actually making the
No.
designs.
Sure.
But if you went, what Nick is suggesting is if you went to your boss and said, hey,
Talk to
is there a way to try and talk to, the marketing department of Dairy Queen
mhm.
and maybe do an internship there, or, maybe just an entry level type position there, because that job would come with benefits.
Yeah.
Help me.
And then you can start to get that graphic portfolio that you really need to move on to a better job later.
That's what I'm like looking for is like experience because I have none.
Right.
basically.
So, I mean, I can get you experience. That's the easy part. I own a graphics school. Let's say, but what you're looking at is so what is your boss's problem?
What do you mean?
They said, what would it take to keep you? What does that mean the problem is?
I'm a really, really good worker. And
Right, 100%. So they have a hard time
Yeah.
with them. So now what you do, and David hit at it, right? Go in and say, hey, I need $1 until August, type thing. Here at this point, you guaranteed me till August.
Yeah.
Help me help you, right? Hey, I need $1, but I also need in contact with these people, and I want an intern. I want to do something, and I will still work for you while I'm doing this other thing. While I'm doing, like, you have me
Mhm.
because I'm still with DQ, and I'm still also doing a secondary thing something. It won't be a conflict of interest. There'll be nothing wrong with it because you're working for the same company. One's a computer job, one's an actual physical job, right?
Yeah.
There's something other that can benefit you, right? So it doesn't hurt to ask for this opportunity. You're literally with a person that owns the company, right? And when you know the owner, they have connections. They bought it. They've shaken hands with somebody, right?
Yeah.
And DQ's huge. It's a national brand, right? It's all over.
I would say international.
Is it really? Let's say,
Yeah,
so you're looking at this as very small, and you need to broaden that way out. Now,
I've never thought of that way.
I know, but that's what I'm here for. I make people think so different.
Well, those are the
Because-
reasons that I've said to you before. Do you want to come on and talk?
Right.
Because sometimes, even I don't necessarily think of everything that could be
Yeah.
thought of.
Right. Well, I don't think most people do, right? Like and there's still more ideas that we didn't throw out, like real quick. Like somebody listening is going to be like, "Oh man, just ask for $7 an hour. I want $35 an hour to stay here." No, like
Yeah, even like
you
what
said,
you said, $1 is
Right.
$1 and 5 more hours a week puts you, especially with a roommate paying, what did we say, $5.50?
Yep.
Puts you really close to what you need.
I said that's 800. We're $400 away. Like, this is,
Now we're at 17 and 5 is 22.
and now if we can get an internship off of this, and maybe it pays, and you're doing it 5, 10, 15, 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Granted, you're at full time, like whatever.
So we're looking at you owe $2,600 a month, and we've just gotten you possibly up to $2,200 a month. So now you're $400 in the hole.
Right.
So I can work with $400.
It's
If I got to take back the phone bill and a couple other things, I'll live with that for a few months.
right. So one thing I want to go back to is I'm an adult, benefits I think I should have, right? So that as an investor, right? That's not the mindset we should be thinking. I think you're wrong in that mindset, right? Like
Yeah.
a company shouldn't give you anything, right? They should give you a paycheck. They should give you what you're worth to work there. But in my opinion, you should be think about it, like on your investments, if you looked at how much you're getting on interest a month, if you never grew, you could pay for your own insurance, right? Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
$99 a month because you have private insurance right now. Somebody giving you $100, I mean, that's just a piss poor attitude to look at life, right? Like, it's $100
Well,
like,
and I know the benefits she's talking. So when she was off for so long, she had no time off to burn through.
sure.
But what Caitlin, I think, fails to understand is she looks at somebody like me. And I always say, well, I have 350, I have 400 hours of PTO.
That takes
Yeah.
so long to get to.
You worked at Ventex.
I did.
Did you get a yearly amount of time off?
I did.
Did it roll over? Okay. So let's say when you first started out, what they give you, a week?
A week. No, actually, they gave me nothing for the first year.
For the first year, you got nothing. And then after a year, you got a week.
I did.
If you didn't use that week, what did you keep?
Kept that week.
Okay. So you got to roll that week over.
Yep.
So now year 2, did they give you 2 weeks or did you just have the one you had and then another week?
So I think they ended up at year 3, they gave me 2. Year 5, they changed their whole systems. Then I got another week.
So, I mean, there were times that you could earn a little more, but you're not sitting there going, like right now, because I've been with my company for 19 years.
Yeah.
I earn 9.64 hours every paycheck.
Yeah, I was earning like 1.77 or whatever, 1.3, whatever it was.
And I know in Caitlin's mind, her thought is, well, I was out on leave for all this time. And if I had paid time off, it would have paid for this, which is not true.
Short-term disability might.
Might have.
Right.
But
Um,
PTO was going to pay you a week or 2, and that's it.
Yeah, your PTO, I mean, you got a week out of it. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, honestly, as a good boss, right, they should have given you, they should have given you a $500. Thank you so much for all you've done. We're going to miss you. Hope you come back, right? And like that $500 probably means a lot to the company because if you only
It's a
own
small
one-
business.
if you own one store, I mean, it is a small business, right? Like as much as DQ's a huge national brand, if you only own one store, you're very small. So, right, but like so if you're looking for PTO, paid time off, if you're looking for short-term and long-term disability, sure, I get that. But again, you could do your own short-term and long-term disability. We've proved it because you had short-term disability. You just self-funded. And self-funding is huge, right? I mean, you had 13,000, you went down lower, but you built your own self to that point. So, and then, so my next step, right, we'd go back to the budgeting. We're at $400. Let's say you get the dollar. Let's say you get the thing. You get a roommate for 600. Right, we're down to $400. Okay, now I take a look at it, and we talked about that stuff, right? So your bills will technically stay the same, but then your food and grocery, right? You have potential to make it smaller.
Yeah.
Granted, we've done episodes on cheap food. Like it's
We
not
have.
not what you want to do, but there's no point in having there's no problem with eating hot dog. And also, I know your parents. There's not a single doubt in my mind that every night they cook you a meal. If not, your daddy will hand you money and just say, "I can't cook you a meal. Here's food. Go get it."
Well,
You don't use abuse that, but like the fact is like
there are times I get the phone call going, "Hey, Dad, can I use your credit card to buy dinner?"
Right.
And I don't often say no.
I don't try to do it as often.
You don't do it a lot, but you do it at times.
So, right. I mean, that food budget that can go down. I mean, that can
Yeah.
go down quite a bit. You could stop going out. You could, I mean, and when you do go out, like, so I'm the most frugal. It's insane. So like we talk about Arby's, and you're like, "Hey, $12," but like me, I get 3 buffalo chicken sliders, no bun, and I have 3 big buffalo wings. Right. That's the way I look at it. And like, I eat them. It's so non-happy hour. It's $4.50. Happy hour, it's $3. So right, and that's gonna suffice. Like, when you start doing, if you ate that same thing, right? Then you can go to McDonald's, get a McDouble or a McChicken for $1, maybe $1.50, right? Get 2 of those, and you're at $3, right? So, if you ate dollar menu stuff all the time, because like again, I go to Taco Bell, $2, $3, let's say. You're spending $9 out to eat every single day, right? And you always get the cheap stuff, but your belly's full, right? So we agree. So 2 McChickens equals $3. We agree that 3 sliders during happy hours is $3. We Arby's sliders, $3, and then Taco Bell dollar menu $3. So $9 a day, right? We're eating all 3 meals out because you can still get, they have breakfast tacos, or you can even go to Burger King in the morning and get my favorite junior breakfast burritos for, I think they're $1.27. But still, so you're at
Too bad we don't have the Six Flags.
right. So you're at $9. Let's $9 or $10. Let's say. You're anywhere. You've changed that $600 to $270 to $300. That's a $300 savings. You don't have to stop eating out. You just have to change what you eat. You don't, and you know what? Like, if you want a roast beef slider, which isn't a huge amount of food, and another one of the sliders, and you want a $1 fry, yeah, you have to go during the happy hours, so that you have to eat between 2 and 5, which isn't always possible, but like, so eat it at a different time or whatever. But still, like, even if you're at $4, but like we've changed it from 600 down to a max of like 350, and you're paying the higher end for not getting the one, and you like Arby's, right?
Well,
so,
you know how thrifty we are.
oh yeah,
So yeah, she could get a fry at Arby's for $1, let's say 50.
Yep.
Or she could use the McDonald's or the Burger King app right now and get any size for $1.
right, and that's exactly, well, I'll tell you why we're getting our McChickens instead of getting 2 McChickens. We can get a McChicken and a fry, so it's $2.50.
Yeah.
I think an average, right? We could average out $10 a day in food, which is, I mean, that fills all 3 meals if that's what you're going to eat, and you're happy because you're eating out. You're happy because you're doing whatever. It's not the healthiest. We're not talking about health here, but right, you could do that. And that's $300 every month. I mean, we've cut your food budget literally in half. And now, let's say, even at that, like once a week, you go and meet your parents for 1 meal. I mean, we've now taken it down from 3 to $270. If you do it twice, if you, and I get that you're going to go out with friends, right? But like, even to take $200 off of that, right? We're at a huge advantage here.
So I love playing with numbers. So, let's say you're making that $17.72 because you get that $1 raise and the 5 extra hours a week.
Yep.
And let's say your roommate's paying $600. Okay. In August, actually not even in August. So your terms are 2 months. In the beginning of July, you will pay for your last class. So that $265 a month and $20 a month for the book goes away. So now you're bringing home $23.72 a month, and your bills are $23.58. So you're positive $14.
Huge. Right. And you're in a very lucky situation where most people aren't, where their parents will front the $265, where most, but even, okay, so if you had to ask me, do I take away from my betterment?
Yeah.
Or do I finance the $265, even the $500 class? Financing the $500 class because I'm not stopping my betterment, right? So like so now we changed 265 down to $40 a month. And I know who you are. Like when you do get that raise, when you do whatever, you're just going to pay that $500 off, right? So like people listening, again, we're trying to build it. This is around her, but if we're trying to build it around you, don't finance every class, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. But like when we're talking about just the randoms, and the problem is when we tell people don't do that, they just get so used to financing it that it becomes so damn easy. And it's like, look, all you have to do is just finance what you need, right? And do within a matter of minutes. So we got her a roommate. I cut your fucking food bill in half. And we turned 560 into like $40 a month payment. And you can technically defer it, whatever, but like I wouldn't defer it. I would just make my $40 minimum payment or whatever it is. So like we have now out of 500, or I saw it as 260, sorry, because it's monthly. We've turned it into a $210 profit in our pocket.
Well, and
to help us get by.
I know somebody that will pay that money every month and not worry about the interest. So Nick knows this well. I needed a roof a few years ago. And I went to Nick and I said, all right, what do you think my option should be here? And the first thing he said is the first thing he always says, HELOC. Okay. I went and talked to Lake Michigan about a HELOC, and their rates were decent. It was like 3.5%, 4%. And then I went to Caitlin and I said, hey, can I borrow $12,000? Because I need a new roof.
Right.
And I'll pay you the 3% Lake Michigan pays you. And I'll pay it to you for 2.5 years. Even if I pay it off sooner, I'll pay you the full interest for 2.5 years.
Right.
I paid it off in 2 years. She got the full amount as if I took it for 2.5. So, I mean, if I need to pay for your next 3 classes, because I think that's what you have this one and like 3 or 4 more. 1, 2, I think 4 more. If I have to pay for those and you have to get me back at some point, I'm okay with it.
Right. Well, taking out a loan from somebody that's willing to give it to you.
Well, that's the other thing. Like my school, I've been trying to pay for it for the last couple days, and they put a freaking student loan on it. I was like, I don't need a loan. No loan.
And mind you, they're not
asking you.
They're not the interest-free loans that they used to give. They're giving you an interest-bearing loan that starts on day 1. And they're not asking if you want it, they're just giving it.
So I've been playing the ring around game and signing paper that should have been on the original email, and it wasn't there. But I do have a Pell Grant, so that helps.
Sure. So,
what other questions do you have, Nick? What other questions do you have, Kate?
when are you going to sit with this person to figure out if they're moving in, right? Set a date, make them responsible for it. I mean, that's my question. So,
when are you going to talk to your boss about it?
I'll talk to her when Thursday.
You two work together? I would say I'm willing to stay on until after school, but these are the things that, I kind of need. I kind of need $1 raise. I kind of need $5 more, 5 hours more a week. And what I really need is, you hook me up with the marketing department and maybe get me an internship or get me talking to somebody that can get me an internship. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, you have the option, hopefully, to start building that portfolio. Nick is against reducing your investments, which
$40 isn't.
I am too.
Isn't anything?
Yeah, we're not talking big money. There are people you can borrow some money from if you need to. Your grandmother's a phone call away.
I'm paying for my fleas.
She is.
Saying that,
You haven't used money.
Right.
You.
And saying it's not I don't know, you have a better spot than some people. I mean, there's,
Yeah. No,
like
I-
everybody's in a different spot in life. There's some people out there who are living on the streets and they have $0 to their name. There's some people out there who are a trillionaire twice almost now. Right. So everybody has an in between, like where your money comes from, what you do. Like people are just jealous of what it is, right? Like I come from nothing and I have it, and people think that I literally just had it. And I'm like, you have no idea what the stuff I go through, like to be where I am.
Well, and again, looking at Caitlin's stuff, she sacrificed things she wanted because she wanted to build wealth. So instead of, doing some of the things other kids were doing her age, going out to the bar once a week, whatever,
Yep.
she was doing the responsible shit.
Right.
And building that wealth up because that excited her when she would look at her accounts and see, hey, I got an extra $500 this month from what I had last month. This is awesome. She used to get excited every, month when interest would get paid. Hey, how much do I have in interest now?
I'll do.
Well, that's just
And
it.
it's good that I had the opportunity to build my credit when I was 13, 12.
Yeah, because you have excellent credit.
I know we didn't dive into like, necessarily how you started saving from renting to owning. I appreciate you sharing your life's money with people. It's it's not easy. Like
Yeah,
not everybody.
I was hesitant.
Of course, I mean people
Yeah.
are like it's not something that people normally share. Like I share all my stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, like I'm uncomfortable by it. Like if I had to sit here and do this, like it would change our whole dynamic of things, right? Because again, you and I have known each other. Like I was broke when we first met. I've grown in between there, and it's a whole different story of things, right? Like, it doesn't change who I am.
I had a conversation with Angela the other day, and we were talking about, because I told her some of our best episodes are where you and I fight.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you mean Nick and you don't get along on everything?" I'm like, "No, we don't. I mean, we fight about minimum wage all the time." I said, in all honesty, Nick's 10 years younger than me, and he's 10 years behind where I am now because I had a lot of his same thinking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now my thinking's changing because I'm older and I've learned more shit, and I'm just where I am.
Right. And so you go through different phases, you go through things like depending on who you talk to, right? Like I am more mature than I should be, and I'm also still very young and stupid.
Yep.
Right. Like we talk about it. I could be spending $100 on investments instead I turn it out of pocket.
Yep.
That will probably change in my life, right? And I'm going to regret it later in life. There's not a doubt in my mind. You can quote me on this. I will regret the amount of money I have spent on alcohol / bowling / fun versus growing my investments. I promise you that. Every time I've been bowling, so I'm 33. Even if it's 10 years worth of $3,300. That's $33,000 over the past 10 years that I could have invested. Think about that fucking money. That's fucking money.
Yeah.
Later in life, like just stupid.
Well, I mean, I look at I love going to the cons.
Yeah.
And cons are expensive.
Yep.
And we just got back from vacation. I really liked going on vacation.
Yep.
So I'll be trimming back the con budget big time because I love cons.
Yep.
But my wife doesn't.
Right.
And we got to have fun together. So I'll be cutting that budget back just because I want to go have fun with my wife too now.
Yep.
So I have a fun story to leave you with because I know we're running out of time on this episode. So there's been some controversy in town here over a graphic novel that the library, because it has LGBTQ plus characters in it.
Sure.
And a certain township member who is on the board of the township.
What's the asshole's name?
Hooker.
I was gonna say it's like a prostitute, but it's Tom Hooker.
Yeah, say it.
Decided to have a big bitch fest. Went to the news and everything. Like he's totally pissed off. This
This is a Republican.
cannot be allowed to happen.
Of course.
So my wife caught wind of this and got pissed off.
Sure.
Because that's what she does.
Sure.
So she tagged his ass on Facebook and called him out, basically, to the point of your bigotry needs to end. There is nothing wrong with this.
Sure.
It's not like, again, my problem with these type of people is they think reading this is going to make somebody gay.
I mean, it might, right? There's There's that chance.
I highly doubt it. Because again, when I look at this, you know, I said it to my therapist the other day, who, you know, happens to be gay. I said, you know, I don't remember the time in my life where I decided I liked looking at a girl's butt better than a guy's butt. It never dawned on me to look at a guy's butt because I'm not attracted to men.
The only time I look at a guy's butt is when my wife says, "Hey, look at that guy's butt."
Right.
You want to know if there's something funny about it?
Right.
Right. Like, I
So-
didn't even know guys had butts until my wife pointed it out to me.
So I mean, you know, and you know, we talked about Caitlin, and again, you know, for anybody that doesn't know, Caitlin, you know, came to us a few years ago and said,
I'm a softball player.
Yeah.
she definitely said that. She goes, "How do I know if I like girls?" And you know, Dawn tried to him and haw around the situation, and I just went right for it. Do you want to share what I said, Caitlin?
Do you want to go to the strip club?
Yeah, I basically said I can find out. Want to go to the strip club? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if a girl comes up to you and puts her boobs in your face, and you don't like it, you're going to know.
Look, gay guys like boobs.
But you're going to know whether it turns you on or not. Okay, I know if I go to a male strip club and the dude's got his banana hammock and it's in my face, I'm not interested.
I like that.
I'm good, dude. You can back up, and I'm glad you like me.
Hey, so
So, anyways,
I want to, yeah. So anyway, this guy
yep,
is he's saying he's against this.
yes. So of course my wife called him out, and then he gets a phone call from the chamber
Really?
because somebody didn't think we belonged in the chamber anymore because we're not very Christian.
Chamber's not a Christian organization.
That's what he was told.
Good for him. So
And of course, my
now,
question.
let me ask you real quick. This is a Republican.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell me what most Republicans are known for?
Well, see, and that's where I was going with this, because when I talked to Angela about it, I said, isn't this the party that says to keep your fucking nose out of business decisions? Let businesses act how they act?
Isn't it weird how that works?
It is kind of weird how that works. So if you're not, you know,
Yeah. And well,
towing their line, all of a sudden they want to get you kicked out of certain shit.
and I'm pretty sure I would highly bet the amount of percent is above 80. You see a sticker on the back of a window that says, "I support Second Amendment rights."
Mhm.
What is the chances that they're in the Republican Party?
99.9.
Again, I'll say higher than 80, so yeah, right. But now,
I don't know.
Now, mind you, this is a Second Amendment right.
Yes.
I'm not a fucking government smart person. I don't, you know, I know history a little bit, but I don't study social studies and all this. But like, now, isn't there an amendment that says freedom of press and freedom of
They're absolutely
speech?
the first amendment.
I mean, wait, it's the first.
The first one.
Wait, so it's
The first
it's
one they-
above. It's
It's
above the second one. The right to bear arms. Trust me, I'm a bear in the gay community. These are bear
Me too.
arms.
In all fairness, I don't know that it was he that called the chamber.
But I will tell you that Jennison is going through the exact same
Yeah.
thing. And I love how Byron Center took care of this.
Yeah.
Byron Center said, "Hey, fuck you, we support this."
Yeah, basically they said, we're not removing the book, kiss our ass.
And Jennison has done the complete opposite.
So I will take note of this, and sometime we need to have Jim back on to discuss this specifically, because I hate these fucking Second Amendment nuts. I'm calling them nuts
Yeah.
because I'm a gun owner. I love my guns. Nobody's taking my guns. But here's the deal. The Second Amendment wasn't written so that you could just own a gun. It was written so that you had the power to overthrow a tyrannical government.
Yep.
So our guns should be able to keep up with the military might of our country. Nick, you got any nuclear weapons?
Don't ask what you don't want to know.
If you had some, don't you think they'd take your fucking nuclear weapons away? Yeah, because we're not allowed to have those.
pretty quickly.
Yes. So
I
again,
can't even have a grenade.
right. I haven't bought a bazooka yet. I'd really like one.
We wouldn't.
But again, when we look at it, the Second Amendment is really obsolete now because we don't have the ability to overthrow a tyrannical government.
Right.
The military can wipe us all out as much as they want. I know Ricky Schroeder's running around right now, and he's decided on Veterans Day that people should go and take over Washington, D.C. and kill all the child eaters. Oh, yeah, he said this the other day because supposedly all of the Democrats shot children. I would love to see him try and do that because I got to tell you right now, they're running in there with guns. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be dead this time.
Yeah. So we got off on a.
We did
fun
get
little-
off on a little tangent. But, you know,
I said we hope that this breakdown of the budget helps you guys out. Big shout out to Founders Dirty Bastard. I really enjoyed my drink for the night.
Eastern Market Brewing Company. This was a delicious Sticky Fingers Mint Imperial Stout. I really enjoyed this.
That's a good beer.
That's an expensive beer, but it was a good beer. Caitlin, what did you think of yours?
I really like
It was good.
Yeah.
So you're always an Angry Orchard fan. I knew when I saw it. I'm like, oh, this will do.
Caitlin, thanks for joining us. Everybody, like, subscribe, share. We'd really appreciate you following us on Twitch, Podbean.
Any streaming service you have, Stitcher, Apple, Google, Amazon, we're on all of them.
Yeah.
Switch.
I say
Switch, yeah.
You said Switch.
Stitcher.
Stitcher.
Oh,
Yeah, say
okay.
Stitcher's. That's where I listen to my podcast mostly.
I actually listen to mine on Podbean.
Do you?
I do.
There you go. Guys, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks again for joining us. As always, new content's getting uploaded all the time. And we'll technically let Chris play you out with this one, except for the live crowd who will not get Chris. So talk to you guys later.
You've dialed in.
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips under cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and brews.